fellow guests. Don't forget to subscribe to Global K-pop Stars for more exclusive stories and romantic moments from your favorite actors. The first snow of Beijing settled softly on the quiet streets outside the studio gates. Zhang Ruonan stood near the entrance, her breath turning into faint clouds as she exhaled. She pulled her scarf tighter, trying to chase away the cold. But it wasn't the winter wind that made her shiver, it was something deeper, something she had felt growing inside her for months. Bai Jingting was late again. It wasn't unusual. Their drama filming had grown intense, schedules tangled, and every spare second felt swallowed by deadlines. But Ruonan always waited. She wouldn't leave until she knew he had returned safely. This quiet, unwavering loyalty was something no one else ever saw. It existed only between them, unspoken, deep, and constant. Tonight, she waited longer than usual. The parking lot lights buzzed softly overhead. She scrolled through her phone, pretending not to worry, but every passing minute tightened the knot in her chest. Then, finally, she heard footsteps. Ruonan. His familiar voice carried a mixture of surprise and exhaustion. She turned around and there he was, snowflakes caught in his hair, his face pale from the cold but lit with relief the moment his eyes met hers. "You waited?" he asked gently. "Of course," she replied. "I always wait." Bai Jingting exhaled a deep breath, one that wasn't from cold but from the comfort of knowing someone cared enough to stay. His hands trembled slightly when he reached her. Not because of the temperature, but because loyalty, true loyalty, was something he rarely received in the chaotic world of fame, contracts, and shifting friendships. But Ruonan, she stayed. She always stayed. "Let us go home," she murmured. And he followed. Their story didn't start with fireworks or dramatic confessions. It began quietly, almost shyly, during the first week of filming their drama together. At the time, Bai Jingting was balancing multiple projects. His days stretched thin. He rarely complained, but Ruonan noticed everything: how he skipped meals, pushed through injuries, and buried his fatigue behind a polite smile. One afternoon, after a long action scene, Bai Jingting twisted his ankle. He insisted he was fine, but Ruonan saw him limp when he thought no one was watching. That night, she left a small paper bag outside his dressing room. Inside was a warm compress, bandages, and a handwritten note: "Take care of yourself. Even mountains wear down if they're pushed too hard." He stared at the note for a long time, touched in a way he hadn't expected. For years, he had learned to handle everything alone. But Ruonan, she quietly stepped into the spaces of his life where no one else dared to enter. He kept the note. He still does. Months passed, and rumors began swirling around them: articles, comments, gossip. Some praised their chemistry, while others tried to create conflict between them. One rumor hurt the most: that Bai Jingting was replacing Ruonan in a new project because she didn't match his level of fame. Ruonan never confronted him about it. She trusted him too deeply. But the media storm was brutal, and for the first time, she seemed distant, still kind, still gentle, but a quiet sadness settled in her eyes. One evening, when filming wrapped early, Bai Jingting found her sitting alone on the rooftop of the studio building. The sunset cast warm light across her face, but her expression was far away. "Ruonan," he said softly, sitting beside her. "Look at me." She didn't. He took her hand. "I don't know who is spreading lies, but listen to me," he began, his voice steady and sincere. "I have never replaced you. I have never wanted anyone else in your place." Ruonan finally looked at him, her eyes glassy but calm. "I know," she whispered. "But sometimes it feels like the world wants to tear us apart." The wind lifted her hair as he leaned closer. "Then let it try," he said firmly. "As long as you still believe in me, nothing else matters." And in that moment, the fragile distance between them dissolved. What remained was a loyalty the world couldn't touch. Their most heart-wrenching moment came during the final week of filming, when Bai Jingting caught a severe fever. He tried to hide it like always, but Ruonan noticed immediately. His steps were unsteady. His face flushed. His voice weak. "Bai Jingting, you're burning up," she said, panic rising in her chest. "I'm fine," he insisted. "You're not." Her voice cracked. He tried to walk away. He hated showing weakness. But Ruonan grabbed his arm, holding him up as his knees buckled. "Don't," she whispered. "You don't have to be strong in front of me." The weight of those words broke something inside him, a wall he had built for years. That night, she stayed by his bedside in the emergency room. She held his hand through restless sleep, wiped the sweat from his forehead, and whispered words he couldn't hear but somehow felt. "I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. You're not alone anymore." When Bai Jingting woke up hours later, the first thing he saw was her sleeping in the chair beside him, her hand still clutching his. And he realized something with a clarity that shook him. Loyalty wasn't just a promise. It was love in its purest. A love that doesn't need confession. They never confessed. Not in the usual way. Their love took shape in quieter things, the way she always carried extra snacks because she knew he skipped meals. The way he always shielded her from the cold with his coat. The way she waited for him, no matter how late he finished work. The way he memorized her favorite tea order without being asked. These small, tender acts wove together a story stronger than grand declarations. One night, after a long shoot, Bai Jingting walked her home. Snowflakes drifted around them, and the street was silent except for the sound of their footsteps. Before she stepped inside, Ruonan looked up at him and smiled, the kind of smile that reached the deepest part of him. "Thank you for today," she whispered.